Oof, amazing. I don't even care that we're eating on top of a half construction zone pylon here. Those oysters are so good. I'm in Boston.
Boston's seafood scene is legendary, and today I'm on a mission to find out why.
Oh, look at all the lobster in there.
From local favorites to hidden gems,
That's special.
I'm tasting my way through the city,
And the sun is shining.
one bite at a time.
That's the one, you guys. The weather's incredible. Phenomenal.
It's my first of 4 crisp fall days in Beantown, and I'm starting at a local gem for a lobster sandwich. In Boston cuisine, the lobster has transformed from a low-status, plentiful food for the poor into a prized, luxurious delicacy. The city's location on the coast and its historic connection to the fishing industry have made lobster a culinary centerpiece and a symbol of both local identity and New England's seaside leisure.
Never been to Boston, having a lobster sandwich, white toast. You can even see, oh, look at all the lobster in there. They pack it really well. The bread's pretty much just holding all of it together. It's a cold salad. It looks like it might have a mayonnaise base to it, but nice chunks of lobster in there. As you're chewing, you start to get all the flavors of the lobster, that sweet flavor of the lobster meat, and the mayonnaise is very light. Beautiful flaky lobster. The bread has been toasted. It's got a little bit of butter on it. So you're also getting like this creamy, buttery flavor in there as well. This tastes like such a home style sandwich. Even got a little bit of that claw meat, but you can see the tanks in there. So it looks like they bring them in early, and by the end of the day, they're sold out. The only ingredients in here are really just to bring out the flavor of the lobster. Whoa. So I actually just really got a bite of the lobster body meat. So it's not just the claws. I got a nice big chunk, a big juicy bite. And this is not the lobster roll, so I don't want to confuse the two. This is a lobster sandwich that they make here. They also have their own sodas here too, so I got a root beer, which I think is the perfect beverage to go with the lobster sandwich. Yeah. Oh, they also give you some chips. I really feel like I'm a kid in New England and this is my school lunch. If that was your school lunch as a kid, can you imagine how cool that is? You get to go and have lobster every day. Boston Duck Tour is alive and thriving. All right, here's the place, Boston Sail Loft. They open in 5 minutes, so we're just gonna hang around, but I wanted to make sure we get here on time because these places get extremely busy. This is just a little inlet in the harbor here. Oh, you know, these are electric boats. You can actually hire those and go by yourself. So we got in, we got the first seats in the patio. It's a tiny little patio back here, so there's already a line of people waiting outside. Everyone's gonna get seated right now, but definitely you wanna get here early if you don't wanna have to wait. It is beautiful out here today. I can't get over how green the water is. This beautiful turquoise hue. Okay, our clam chowder's here. Of course, it only takes about 2 minutes. So much dill. I love how they pour it till it just falls over the side of the cup.
Cheers.
Thank you. Oh, I see tons of clams in there. Little bits of potato. Piping hot. That's special. Instantly you taste that broth of the clams. You have a little bit of texture with the potatoes, and you get an immediate kick of this wonderful stewed dill flavor. And not to mention how creamy it is. Look at all that dill. Just totally unashamed of adding tons of dill in there. It's herb confetti. So hot. Serving chowder in a mug is like the best thing ever because the opening is not too wide, so it doesn't get cold very fast, and it just maintains the heat of the chowder, especially when you're sitting out here and it's cool outside. You gotta chase it with a beer. This is a local brewery. It's Night Shift Brewery, and this is their pale ale. So it's like strong enough to kind of contrast with the chowder, but not too strong taken away from it. This one's really juicy. And it also brings oyster crackers. I really like the clam chowder on its own, but I have to try it with the oyster crackers. It's good, but doesn't need it. The chowder is really good on its own. If you like dill or very herbaceous flavors, this is definitely for you. Thank you. And the sun is shining. All right, so we overheard one of the waiters saying that the lobster roll is one of the specialties of the house, so we got to get it. First thing I see is how much lobster claw meat is in here. Got it all over, beautifully dressed. I chose the hot lobster roll. Wow, look at all that butter. It's also on like a brioche roll. Oh man, that looks so good. Very chunky lobster meat. A little sweet, not as sweet as yesterday. I like the touch of the lettuce in there. The brioche roll adds a little bit of that sweetness to it. It's very soft and fluffy. Look at this claw meat. I love how they leave it whole. A little bit more butter. All right, that's how you gotta do it. You have to squeeze the lemon on there. It adds a juiciness. It tastes more like fresh cracked boiled lobster with the drizzle of the butter. It's so soft. The roll is more like just kind of like a carrying vessel for the lobster meat, because the roll is not very deep, but I like that. I would prefer more lobster meat than bread. Let's get another squeeze of that in there. Get some French fries. Very potato-y, thick cut. It's like a russet potato French fry. This is like a side of America I've never seen. You only hear about. See it in the movies. It's beautiful out here, guys, I gotta tell you. It's a beautiful Friday. The sky is so clear. Weather's amazing. We're headed over to the Haymarket right now. It's supposed to be like an open food produce market. Sometimes I wish I could get into a market before something immediately draws my attention. There's oyster shucking already. Full raw bar, oysters and clams. It's like when we went to the Albert Kite Market in Amsterdam. First thing, as soon as you walk in, oysters. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Can we do a half dozen oysters?
Must be early, no music.
Yeah, I got it. Just shut up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. We should have enough for Christmas or something, no? Times like that is when you wait for the long haul.
All right, guys, we got some fresh oysters. This guy's only here Friday and Saturdays. The oysters are coming from the Cape, and yeah, we caught him on a good day. Fridays, Saturdays are the only days he's out here. Oh. Oh man, that's a fresh oyster. That's really different from other oysters I've had. It's a little sweeter, a little silkier in the flavor. Wow, that's amazing. And it's got that oyster jus still in the shell. So good. Ice cold, so delicate and bright. Oh my God. They get better as you go. Wow. You saw how easily he was shucking those? They're not stuck to the shell, they're just coming right off. Incredible. I might have to go get another half dozen. Beautiful, tasty oysters. They're so silky, fresh. This is like top of my list of coming to Boston. You gotta get the oysters. Oh, that one was a little bit saltier. Oof, amazing. I don't even care that we're eating on top of a half construction zone pylon here. Those oysters are so good. And they have a little sweeter flavor to them. Okay, this is not gonna be the last oysters we have today because I'm officially hooked now. We're gonna need more than a half dozen. Oh, Beantown pastrami. This is where I wanted to go to get the lobster roll. Red's Best, I was reading about them. They like source ethically sustainable seafood and from their fishermen. Wow, look at this, how fresh. Beautiful fish. Wow. The oysters too, oh my goodness. They make fresh sushi here, it looks great, the salmon. I'm so excited looking at that lobster roll already, it looks so good. It's got the claw meat, cold salad lobster roll. I see a little bit of celery in there too. But that bread also looks really soft. Oh, the bread there too. But look how glossy, juicy that lobster meat looks. That's the one, you guys. The lobster salad is ice cold. The brioche bun is warm and toasty. So fresh. Lobster meat, super juicy. It even seems like it has butter on the cold lobster, almost like a combination of the Connecticut and New England style, right? And it's packed into that roll. I love it when there's more lobster meat than actual bread. I'm gonna take a bite of that piece right there. That outside bun that's been rolled in butter and then toasted gives it a more buttery, creamy flavor. Little hints of celery and onion in there, nothing overpowering, just adds to the flavor of the salad. Look at the size of that, all that lobster meat. So this is the more traditional clam chowder. Doesn't have dill in it like the one we had yesterday. I love to see the speckles of cracked pepper in there. Oh wow, it's smoother than it looks because it's so thick, but it has really nice viscosity to it.
You have ice today?
There's so much clam broth flavor, it's so strong. Cubed potatoes in there, nice and soft. Chunks of clam meat. And that cream soup is amazing. Wow, definitely more clam than there's potato. Look, you can see all those pieces of clam in there. Perfect bite size where you can really feel it, taste it as you're chewing. I know they give you these crackers, but it really doesn't need it. I'm not even gonna put them in there. That's excellent. I don't know how you can do a bowl of this. Just one cup. It's like, we've hardly broken into it and it's so filling. This day doesn't get any better. The weather's incredible. I can't believe it's October. So on this bridge, you can actually see there's like a red stripe that runs through the entire length of the bridge, or this just kind of divided line. It looks like a prime meridian running through the city. That's the Freedom Trail, and it goes through all of the major monuments in the city. It's pretty much like a self-guided tour. And apparently the trail runs for several miles. Looks like we are entering Charlestown, and we get to walk through this park. Freedom Trail continues this way. This neighborhood's beautiful. Quaint little New England town here. We have like a pasta and wine shop, little clothing boutiques, and you just hear the sound of all the trees rustling in the wind. I really matched this wall, I just realized. This is the Bunker Hill Monument, right in the center of the town. It's incredible up here. Man, the breeze, the leaves. Just standing up here on Bunker Hill. It's pretty incredible that we're sitting at a restaurant right now that's about 230 years old, and it's been visited by the likes of George Washington and Paul Revere. This is an incredibly historic tavern. All right, so we got 18 oyster happy hour, dollar oysters, and they look so fresh. Oh, they're already loosened off the shell. Oh my God. Heavenly, heavenly. Ice cold once again. They really know how to shuck their oysters and keep them the way they should be. Oyster experts out here. Salty and briny. These are a little bit more briny than the ones we had this morning at the market. So fresh and crisp. I need to have one more just on its own because they're so delicious as they are. That oceanic briny liquid, and then the cold oyster. Salty like the ocean. It's like you're jumping around in the water, you're in the ocean, and like a wave comes at you and you get some salt water in your mouth. That's what it's like eating these oysters, just cold ocean water. So good. The Prosecco is perfect with this. That saltiness, this bright, zippy, lemony Prosecco. The oysters bring out like a citrusy, lemony flavor from the Prosecco. Well, that's strong horseradish. Very fragrant. A little bit of cocktail sauce. All right, here we go. That one actually had to be moved from the shell. Hold on. Phenomenal. That horseradish and the cocktail sauce actually even enhanced the flavor of that oyster. My mouth is like still watering. It's so juicy, delicious, salty and briny. I have no words.
By rule, I must visit a city's Chinatown when there is one, and Boston's was no exception. Tora is Boston's first restaurant specializing in kaisendon, a bowl of rice topped with raw seafood.
Oh, it's actually suctioned onto there. There was no way I was gonna pass by Tora Ramen without coming in for a donburi bowl. And they're starting us off with the miso soup. Oh, the umami flavors out of this world. The traditional miso, the white miso flavor. Thank you. What a beautiful display of sashimi over rice. I ordered their Nagahama Don, and this has got spot shrimp, squid, sea urchin, salmon, yellowtail, and mackerel. Thick and fatty. so creamy yet lean. I thought it was going to be much more fatty to the mouth texture, and I thought this was like skin on here, but it just pulls apart so easily. It's so tender. Sea urchin. Just a little touch into the soy, and I'm going to get a little bit of the rice. Oh, look how sticky this Japanese rice is. Taste of the ocean. Mossy, wet rock, and sea salt. It just lingers in your mouth. Here's the salmon. The slices are cut so nice and thick, but the fish is so soft, it's buttery. Silky and fatty, but not too much. You can really taste that salmon meat. That's luscious. And then here we have the squid, scored. Wow. I need to get a smaller, I can just take a little bite. A little bit of wasabi on there. And I'm gonna take a bite right out of the bowl because it's one long strip of the squid. Oh, sweet and crunchy. Nice and cold. Beautiful sweetness to it. The wasabi is really good. Take a little bite of this rice. Oh, the wasabi is delightful. Wow. I almost missed out on the mackerel. Here we go. I love how the scallions have stuck onto it. More flavor. Oh, that might be my favorite one. The mackerel almost has like a light pickling to it. All right, last one we got here is the spot shrimp. I gotta do this with my hands. Oh, I've never had raw shrimp before. It's like butter. Like it literally sticks to your tongue like butter. Wow. Whoa. If you've ever eaten the inside juice from the head of the shrimp, that's what the entire body texture-wise feels like. It's very creamy and buttery and like sticks to your palate. That place was so good. It's underground. It's busy in there, cozy. There's like 8 sushi chefs. One thing I could not leave without is 1, more oysters, and 2, the fried Ipswich clams. So we're here at Little Whale Oyster Bar. It's in the Back Bay neighborhood. Wellfleet oysters here. These are Massachusetts oysters, the Spinney Creek, also from Eliot, Massachusetts. These are just stunning. Hopefully you can see them in that light. Even though it's low, I think you can see how shiny, glossy, beautiful. And I'm just going straight in. No lemon or anything else yet. Oh my goodness. So briny, salty, ice cold. The description was that it would be a little bit more on the sweet side and smaller in size. You can definitely tell it's slightly smaller, but they just look so fresh, clean. Wow. Wow. This was in fact saltier, ice cold. I can't stress enough how cold these oysters are. Having that Prosecco yesterday at Warren Tavern with the oysters really stuck to us. So we got ourselves a sparkling white from the Catalunya region in Spain. Clear and crisp as the oysters themselves. Oh, so bubbly. A very green apple, lemony flavor to it. Wow. All right, they brought us some hot sauce to go with the oysters, and I would eat them alone, but doesn't feel right not trying it with what they suggested it with. So I'm gonna drop a couple Couple drops here. Mm. Oh, wow. Wow. That's like a house-made hot sauce. It's actually very complimentary to the flavor of the oyster itself. All right, Ipswich clams. I've been waiting for these whole belly clams made the traditional New England style, breaded and fried. These are big clams too. Wow. Mm. Mm. Wow. Mm. Incredibly fresh. That breading combined with the clam meat is the best thing ever. The flavor of the whole belly clams, the entire clam, not clam strip, has so much more flavor. That unctuousness, it really makes a difference. I grew up eating clam strips down in Key West, and I never had a whole belly clam. This is a total game changer. And the breading is incredible. It's so crispy, but light and airy at the same time. It's not heavy, with a nice sprinkling of flake salt. This is a Little Whale tartar sauce, so it looks like it's like their signature house tartar sauce. I love the rusticness of it. It's got some texture to it. Amazing.
Thank you.
Plenty of horseradish in there, mayonnaise, some cucumber brininess, vinegary in there. So we also ordered a blue fish dip. We're doing kind of like a tapas style dinner since we've been eating all day, but I was not going to miss this for nothing in the world. It's served with sourdough bread, and it's a blue fish dip. It's got figs, balsamic vinegar. Oh, wow. Look at the spreadability on that. Oh, man. Caramelized or softened onions, too. Oh. The fish is slightly smoked, and the balsamic reduction adds a nice sweetness to it. The onions too kind of play into that. It's served cold, and the sourdough bread is soft, gentle crispiness on the outside edge, but very nice and doughy on the toast itself. Oh. We've got whole belly clam, tartar sauce, right into the fig balsamic. All right, so you guys thought we were done, but we had to get another round. So these guys here are actually Maine River oysters. These are called Mookie Blues from Damariscotta, Maine. It's sitting in its oyster jus. Wow. Whoa. Very briny. That's impressive that these are river oysters. You can even tell though their shape, they're a little more squared off. And hot sauce. Thank you, oyster. Oh man. The oysters in Boston will change your life. One more clam chowder. It's literally just begun boarding, but we're group 4, so we got a few minutes and the gate is right in front of us. Pretty good. Creamy, has a really nice viscosity. It does have a good amount of clams in there too. The legendary Boston cream pie. It was invented here in Boston. If I remember correctly, it was at the Parker House Hotel, along with those Parker rolls that you hear about. And this is one of the quintessential desserts that you learn in culinary school. So essentially it's yellow sponge cake, vanilla pastry cream, chocolate ganache on top. And this one seems to have like a toffee crumble. So it's kind of got like all the essential ingredients of pastry work. You can't go wrong with this. It's got like everything a human likes. Vanilla custard, chocolate ganache, yellow sponge cake. It is delicious. And I actually like the touch of the toffee crunch on top. It adds a little bit of a kind of peanut buttery chocolate note to it. It looks like it comes with some kind of anglaise. Maybe like a coffee cream or something. It is like a vanilla and chocolate sauce. Honestly, I don't need that. Just give me the Boston cream pie. You have that cold, thick pudding-like pastry cream, and then the yellow sponge cake. That's just so simple, but it adds a really nice texture to the dessert. It's a classic American flavor. All in all, guys, I love Boston. I had so much fun here. In just under 4 days, we walked 40 miles, 40 miles. If you can help it, when you visit, definitely walk to really catch so much more when you're walking. But there's still so much that I didn't get to try. Iconic Boston favorites, like even the donuts, the Parker House rolls, more seafood that I didn't get to try, going out to the clam shacks. I can't wait to come back. I'm really looking forward to the day that I do. I'll see you guys on the next one.